Hey everyone, it's me. Welcome back to this channel on narcissism, and today we're going to talk about food and narcissism. Let's take that on. It's an interesting one. Before I jump into this, gentle reminder. If you want information on the healing program that we're starting in January, please go to the video notes section and click on the link there. We're really excited about this program. I hope you are too. If you're new here, please join us. We have some other videos on narcissism on the playlist here, so you can learn more about what narcissism is if you are new to the concept. And of course, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Okay, let's dig into this. Why do narcissists control what you eat? Why is food such a battleground? Why does food make them angry? Why do they dictate what you eat? The short answer is because they can. The longer answer is because they can, and it feels good for them to be able to control someone else. It's that simple. Food is something everyone has to survive. We need food. Most people don't have to think much about food, not in the sense of having to prepare it or think about it, but just in terms of getting access to food. Many of us just get up, we decide we're hungry, we go to the refrigerator, we get something to eat, we go to a cupboard, and we get something to eat. It's just something we do several times a day. For many people, food is a comforting, enjoyable experience. Maybe it's associated with family. Maybe it's associated with tradition. For many people, food is enjoyable and brings them pleasure. So when a narcissistic person enters your life, and especially if they're a family member or a parent, they will often use food as a way to exert control, power, and dominance. In fact, when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, pretty soon you realize that food becomes a battleground, and it's a battle they're determined to win. Now, when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, food may not be the only thing they try to control. Clearly, they're controlling in many areas of your lives, but they may zero in on your food choices as a primary area to pit themselves against you. And it may be the only thing they feel like they can actually control. Let's start with breakfast. Breakfast becomes a battle because they either want you to get up early to cook breakfast for them, or they get angry if you're up early and eating without them or before them. They get angry if you're not eating exactly what they would want you to eat for breakfast. And they also get angry if you do eat what they want you to eat. So how could that be? Well, they may say things like, "Oh, you're gonna gain weight," or they may shame your choices. You know, "Oh, eggs every day, who does that? It's boring." Or, if you're eating what they consider to be health food, then they may mock you for that too. "Oh, you're one of those now, aren't you? You know, this is what I ate when I was pregnant and you were born, so why aren't you eating this?" Now, even if you did eat what they want you to eat, it's never enough. They will always find a way to criticize what you are eating. And then there's lunch. Lunch may be the time they shame you for eating at your desk and working instead of taking a real break. They may come home for lunch and critique your choices. Or they may criticize you for not packing them lunch. Or for packing them lunch. My mother used to pack my brother and me lunch when we were kids, and she was very attentive to his preferences. But if she packed me something that I liked, then she was spoiling me. If she packed me something I didn't like, then she wasn't doing it right. If she didn't pack them anything, then she was showing favoritism. If she packed both of us, she was being too attentive. And then there's dinner. Dinner is often where the most battles are fought over food. Dinner is sacred for many people, and it's something that families do together, but not with the narcissist, because with the narcissist, they show up when they want to. They expect dinner to be ready whenever they get around to getting home. And if it isn't, then you are a failure. If you cooked dinner and it's not their favorite thing, then once again, you are a failure. They may sit there and pick apart your meal. They may refuse to eat it all. They may yell at you for serving something they don't like. They may bring takeout home and criticize your cooking skills, even though you didn't make that meal. They may lecture you about nutrition. They may mock you for your food choices. I remember my father coming home, smelling the salmon I had made for dinner and saying loudly, "Why are you eating fish? Nobody eats fish." He never offered any alternative suggestions. One minute they're criticizing your portions, telling you that you're serving too much or too little. The next minute they're mocking you for wasting food. Wasting food makes them furious. They expect you to clean your plate. And if there's food left over, they will criticize you for that as well. This battle over food becomes a constant state of terror. There is no winning. If you're trying to please them, if you're trying to make them happy, if you're trying to keep the peace, then every single meal becomes a pressure cooker situation. Every single meal, you're afraid you're gonna make a mistake. You're afraid you're gonna serve the wrong thing. You afraid that they gone nah, show up hungry and you didn't make enough or you made too much. Am I gaining weight? Am I losing weight? Am I making them fat by feeding them certain things? How much should I feed them? Should I overfeed them? Should I underfeed them? You may also have to endure their unsolicited advice about your eating habits. You may hear things like, "Oh, you shouldn't eat that. That's bad for you. That's unhealthy. You should try this diet." Or you shouldn't drink that with that. That's no good. While they sit there eating whatever they want. The food battle continues to other areas. Snacks. You can't have a snack between meals. That's weakness. That's giving into temptation. You'll never lose weight if you're snacking all the time. And yet they're enraged if you are not constantly bringing them snacks. They may rage if you don't have their favorite snack ready when they get home. They may tell you what time to eat your snacks, and they may mock you for eating. They may also criticize your eating speed. Eat faster, eat slower. They don't care about your appetite. They may berate you if you're not hungry, or they may berate you for finishing your meal quickly. If you try to set boundaries around the food, you will be criticized for that, too. Oh, now you're being difficult. Oh, now you're making rules. Or they may accuse you of doing this for attention. That is, they will twist everything to be about them. What's interesting about the food battle with a narcissist is that they will often model very poor eating behaviors. Lots of snacking, lots of drinking, lots of sugary consumption, lots of eating out, ordering in. And yet they will criticize you for doing those same things. It's important to recognize that these patterns around food often have roots in their own issues around food and body image. Narcissists often have very unhealthy relationships with food and their bodies. Many of them are preoccupied with weight and appearance. And while they may appear to have healthy bodies, underneath they may have very unhealthy relationships with food. This is rooted in their egocentrism and their grandiosity. They believe they should get the best-looking body possible. And they believe they should be thin and beautiful. But that preoccupation with appearance drives a lot of their issues around food. Food is a way for them to exert control in a world that may feel out of control to them. Food is predictable. Food is necessary. Food is gratifying. Food is pleasurable. And food gives them a sense of mastery. Telling someone what to eat and when to eat is a way for them to dominate. It's a way for them to tell someone else what they must do. As always, the goal is to make you into an empty vessel, a shell of your former self, someone who is malleable. Someone they can mold and shape in whatever way they want. Someone who isn't independent and autonomous, but rather is controlled and dominated by them. The food battles may seem silly, but they're actually quite serious because they are a form of abuse. They're a form of psychological abuse. They're a way to dominate you. They're a way to humiliate you. They're a way to shame you. If you're in a narcissistic relationship, don't expect that to change. Don't expect that to get better. Don't expect that they're ever gonna stop doing this. It's a part of who they are. It's a part of their pathology. It's not gonna change. If you're in a family system with a narcissistic parent, this may be a lifelong struggle. But as you get older, you can distance yourself. You can remove yourself from these situations. You can't change their behavior, but you can change your reaction to it. Remember, the point of this is that they have to control. They have to control how you look. They have to control what you eat. They have to control your body size. They have to control your weight because that makes them feel powerful. But as always, none of this is about you. Thanks again.